Hello, everybody. Welcome if you're new, and then welcome back if you're already a subscriber. I really appreciate all of the support that I have been getting over here lately. We've had quite a lot of new people come on. I am not sure if you guys are here for planners or for project life and scrapbooking, but I thank you nonetheless and would love to know down in the comments what you guys would like to see some more of. But let's go ahead and get into week 2. So this is week 2 of January 2022. So a couple things happened off screen before I got started. And one of those things was the stitching that you see for week 2 and then the 1, 2, 3 down at the bottom. I used some Allie Brown stamps I have, which I love and you can't get anymore, which is heartbreaking. And I learned a very valuable lesson. I used to cross stitch back in the day, like when I was a kid. I mean, like I was probably 10 when I cross stitched, long before it was like a trendy thing to do, for 20-year-olds. No shade, absolutely no shade. Cross stitching is so much fun and therapeutic. It was definitely before my scrapbooking days. So, I'm very familiar with that. I also hand sew all of my traveler's notebook inserts and anything like that. So I'm no stranger to sewing. However, I did vastly underestimate how quote unquote simple it would be to stitch into a project life card. I should have chosen a larger font stamp. That was really the bulk of the problem. So like really, if you got up close and personal with some of these cards, it doesn't look bad, like panned back like this. But yeah, if you got all up in there, you would see some very clear breakage going on in some of these project life cards. But thankfully you don't. It looks lovely as you're flipping through things, and no one is the wiser but me. And now you, obviously. So that was one thing that happened prior to, and I did go ahead and cut out my bowl of stroganoff that you see in the middle of that circle card up there. So no printables on this particular spread. So I am going to go ahead and tell you that the reason this video is 30 minutes long is because it is 3 spreads. So if you are a person that likes to see multiples, this is a perfect video for you. Also, as a fair warning, most of my Project Life spreads are going to be at least double. If it was a busy week, triple. If I've gone on vacation, get a glass of wine or a cup of coffee and settle in, because we're going to be here a minute. Anytime I do vacation stuff, just for forewarning, it may be split up into stuff. If you're interested in seeing some of my vacation stuff, you can head over to my channel. I have been posting videos from my October trip to Universal and Disney over there as I work through them. And I mean, some days are even, obviously you're in a very high memory keeping area. So there is a lot to take pictures of. It is one of my favorite places on the planet. And the trip that I took in 2021 was with a girlfriend of mine that I've known in the crafting community since I really got started back in 2014. So my documenting journey started long before then, but that's really kind of when I got into the YouTube side of things, and Project Life obviously coming out, blah, 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 blah. So right now you see me flecking around these lovely little sequins, which are actually in the photograph in that middle row, along with the Citrus Twist card that I got in the mail. They always kind of pick a random card, or I think they have like some, I don't know what they do and how they pick that card, but it's really, really cute. And I did love the back of it, but I loved the little message. And they always kind of include little goodies in there as well, like little sequins and a couple die cuts. I think it's just like random stuff they have left over or something. I don't care. I think it's cute. So I took a picture because the little embellishment in my hand said, my alone time is for everyone's safety. And I had a chat with my coworker earlier that day about how, legit, me crafting is for the safety of others in the midst of me doing everything else that I do. It is definitely a huge form of my self-care. Let me know if you are the same. So a couple other things kind of happening in this spread is that my boyfriend's dad's birthday, that's a mouthful, happened, and we went to dinner at a local seafood place. So it's just, of course, a good food picture. If you are new to my channel, then you don't know there will always be food pictures. I am such a foodie and a lover of food and taking pictures and making. The stroganoff I actually made, and it had been a little while since I had made it. It's one of my favorite things to make. And I make it so rich. I make it with steak. I put cream in it. It's a heavy dish for sure. But it was definitely a nice treat to have as my taste and smell started coming back. Again, if you are new, then you do not know I lost my taste and smell for about 48 hours in the process of having COVID. Also on the bottom, there are two really cool things happening kind of in this spread as well. Oh my God, the spread is like so much fuller than I remembered. So it was my last picture with my long hair. I chopped all my hair off. And you'll see those pictures kind of as we progress, obviously. So typically, one spread is Monday through to about Wednesday. Sometimes I can get Thursday squished in there. The second spread tends to be the weekend. In this particular case, there were more photos because one, I had the whole self-care hair day, which obviously had to be documented. And then we had a snow day. So it was very busy, which resulted in 3 spreads and 2 12 by 12 layouts. The 12 by 12 layouts are not going to be included in this video. Purely based on the fact that it was already 30 minutes long. So I'm going to create a separate video for them. I might do 2. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know what your thoughts are. Would you like them split up into 2 videos, one for each 12 by 12, or smashed together and just labeled like week 2 12 by 12 layouts? Very curious about that. Open to both. Another picture that you see is that made this card. Which, by the way, all of my cards are kind of from all over the place. Like some are older Studio Calico, some are from Project Life, like little decks, like miniature card packs I had. Obviously, the Citrus Twist card is in there. I think it's just Studio Calico, and then that one Citrus Twist, and then those the Enjoy the Little Things card, that pink one underneath it, and the yellow one next to week 2 are all from the same like 3x4 Project Life card pack that I had. So yeah, but back to the made this photo. So that is a picture that I posted to Instagram. That is my week 1 currently for Project Life. It's the first currently I had posted. It was the first like currently I had actually like sat down and documented, and I obviously did it in a really big way. It wasn't just like a currently card, which is kind of the normal. And actually, if you go up to the top, the yellow one, it's the normal list. So it's just a huge difference between different ways to document your currently list, which if you're not familiar is something that Are You Kristin Awesome Ladies Project does. That's not her full name. Are You Kristin is her handle. I will put all that down below, but she runs Awesome Ladies Project and is one of the hosts on Crafty Ass Female, which I both am involved in. So what made that so incredible, and I did end up writing about it on my All About You card, which were my Thursday 3 things, also Are You Kristin type thing, and she invented that, and then Awesome Ladies Project thing. So those are just 2 prompt things that may help you in your documenting process as you're like trying to figure out what you want to document, or need some jumping off points. Those are both really good things to do, the currently list and the Thursday 3. And again, I'll post all that stuff down below so that you can check that out. These are some really old Studio Calico chipboard word pieces. And so it took me ages to go through and figure out what I wanted. And I ended up settling on Made Something Good for that top card, and the Here and Now will go on my selfie, my Thursday 3. Backing up again, oh my gosh, so I want to get this out. So I posted my Currently thing, and I was so excited just to post it because I think I was still like really sort of sick as I was making it, and I don't know. I don't know. I had a lot of feelings going into posting it. It's the first real time anything that I've done. Like, most of my scrapbooking things are like things I've caught up on. And this isn't like, oh, I'm a week behind. I'm usually like months behind, or sometimes I'm posting stuff from years ago. So it was a lot of feels. And I was completely and utterly shocked when I checked it like the following day, like Thursday after. So I posted it on Wednesday. By Thursday afternoon, I think it was like somewhere in like the 60s of people that were liking it. And I was like, I don't have like 1,000 followers. I don't have a ton of people on there. But just that the amount of reach, reception, and likes that it had gotten, and it wasn't a picture of my face. Like, this was something that I made with my 2 hands, and normally my projects don't get that. And I don't want to harp on the, oh my God, people liked my photo. It wasn't like that. It was such a fulfilling feeling that people liked the content, not as in they hit the like button, but they liked what I had produced. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm probably not making any sense at all, but it was something very fulfilling to be like, okay, this reminds me that people want to see my work, and that me showing my work and sharing it, and something that I have wanted to do for so long, is going to be received well. I don't know this is very poorly phrased, I'm sure. It's not from a narcissistic place or from a like, oh my God, they liked my stuff. It was just like, oh, I'm doing the right thing kind of feeling. And that people do actually want to see this feeling, which was very gratifying because I love sharing my work. I love producing the work. I love that for the first time, everything is going to happen in real time. So while I am struggling and plonking all of these cute little Studio Calico hearts, I do want to stop for a minute and just shout out that if you want a cute little package from me, it's not going to be anything fancy. It's free. It'll be probably flat, like a normal mail envelope, but I am sending out Galentines in the month of February. And if you are interested in receiving one, please reach out to me via direct message, Instagram, Awesome Ladies Project, however you follow me, or if you do, you can send me a message with your address. And if you have anything in particular that you're really struggling to find that's kind of in that flatter category, even if it's not, let me know, because sometimes I have stuff in my stash that I don't think to destash because I don't know that people need them, want them, what have you. So if there's something you're struggling to find, or there's something that you want to try out in your stash, let me know. I'd be happy to try to call out and send you some if I have some. So yeah, so that's happening too. That is my cat and her fanny. So a couple other things I want to talk about that are going to happen in this video. I think it is in the second spread, so we haven't quite got there yet, but I lost some footage somehow, some way. I'm not really sure how, but I did lose a lot of footage. So we will talk about that when we reach that spread. But if there are any questions that you have about any products that I use throughout the entire video on any spread, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Just drop them in the comments. I've gotten a lot less down to the nitty gritty of every label, putting it down in the description, every little thing, because it takes so much time, and half the time people don't need it or want it. So just ask me if you have a question and I've got you covered. A Other than that, I think I do finish up this spread fairly quickly. One of my bigger obsessions right now is if you guys have been following, you know, my little star punch. I have a heart one too, but it's something about gold stars all over everything right now that are just my life. If it's not gold stars, it's blue stars. And I just buy like the big glitter blocks of paper. So yeah, that's a thing. So this is my second spread. And at the end of this video, I am going to post the nice, lovely, like slow, pan over of all of the spreads. So don't worry, because sometimes, as you can see, a lot of times, mostly and usually the top half of my spread gets kind of cut off because of the way my camera is set up. I have tried so many times to like get it to take in more, but just the stand that I have does not allow me to do that at this time. I am hoping to upgrade it at some point later this year, so we'll see. This is my self-care day. A lovely filtered picture of me that is now making me want to get my lashes done so bad. We'll talk about that in a second. And then start of the snow day. So I went to my hairdresser's new salon. She just opened a brand new salon called Seven Stone Collective. And it is such a really cool vibed place. Like, they're going to have a whole bunch of other services beyond hair care. It'll be skincare. They're going to offer lashes. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. And then it is on the other side of the globe, I feel like. It's about an hour away from where I live now. And, it just so happens to be about 7 minutes from one of my favorite restaurants in the middle of nowhere that you wouldn't know is there. And I always go when I get my hair done, and I either get their grilled cheese because it is phenomenal, or I get their chicken parm, which they put on a bed of like linguine Alfredo and like an Aussie. It's so freaking good. But they burned it. On the edges, it was pretty burnt, but it was pretty burnt all the way around, but it was edible. It was fine. And they were so nice. They sent me home with an absurd amount of like extra pasta, which came in really handy several days later when I was scrounging for food and didn't want to go anywhere. But it was an experience that had to be documented that. So later on, I put this like die cut on there for like worth it, because it totally was. Like, I ended up with probably an entire extra entree of pasta to go home with because they felt like awful, and I didn't send it back to the kitchen or anything, and the order was late. It was just one of those moments. I think I was just riding that whole I just got my hair done high that I really didn't care. A lot of the cards that I'm using in this particular spread, so all of the cards, that green one is Studio Calico, the wood is Citrus Twist, I think the white is Studio Calico, Good Things Are Coming, Citrus Twist, A Story We're Telling, and then the card below that with the what looks kind of like spots, I guess, on here, but it's really more like little blue V's. The picture with the buns that I don't know if you can see that it's bunnies, but it is. It's my mom's bunnies experiencing snow for the first time, which is funny. And I didn't really write anything about it, but it was really comical. Jessica, who is she's wound tight, to say the least. She is very funny in that. She has a very uptight personality. And she just kept looking at it like, and then looking at Harvey, who is the most laid back, very dude mentality, like mannerisms. He's like a cross between like a really laid back dude and a really high strung toddler. Which sounds really bizarre, but like, he's so bouncy and curious and adventurous, but when he's ready to chill, he is chill 100%. And he's kind of got that whole, yes, honey, I see it. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think we can leave it. And she's just like on high alert. So it was just a good memory and photo, and it pretty much says it all in the photo. Like, their personalities are very well captured. But that card is Citrus Twist. The note is something just from my stash. I want to say it's from Paper Studio. just a card pack I have. So in this year, I am very much endeavoring, and I've said this in previous videos, I am endeavoring to not get rid of, that's a terrible use of word, use my supplies. So one of the first things that I do after I print photos, hold on, before I go through that whole process, pausing just for a second, we're going to talk about what else is on this spread so that when that footage cuts out and we flip to the next one, I've already gone through my spiel. So all of the die cuts that I did end up using are from a Citrus Twist kit. I want to say it's Hustle and Heart. No, it might be Possibilities, actually. The Possibilities kit. I don't think you can buy it anymore. Citrus Twist kits are really, that's a whole different box of rocks. So they're pretty easy to get, but once they're sold out, they're not restocked and they're not removed from the site very well. Just as a heads up. So if you're like sitting there hoping, wishing, and praying, just move on. So there's that. My cat started finally playing in her cat tree by herself. Sans me having to spray it down with catnip spray. I think she 100% thought it was a trick and that she was going to get in trouble for the longest time. The photo of me is a very lovely Instagram filter that made me look just Kylie fabulous there. I mean, I've got the lips, I've got the glow, I got the lashes, that no makeup look. It's beautiful. But I wanted to include it because it was a beautiful photo and I had taken about 40 selfies before that and it was not going well. So we have that. So I kind of thought the magic was nice because it was filter magic. So maybe I'll even like put something on there that says like filter. If I had had enough room, I probably would have done like filter magic. But it was fun nonetheless. And then, like I said, all of this is kind of the beginning of the snow day. So the dog that is my coworker's dog, and they live in South Carolina, and they got a ton of snow before we did. And he is a brand new puppy. He's not even a year old. And this was his first snow as well. And he just stuck his head in it, and he looks like a baby woolly mammoth in the snow. And I stamped the adventure is out there because he is very curious, very adventurous, and just a total cute button. So cute. And when I stamped it, I did use my stays on. I had tried a couple other inks and they weren't drying really well, so I had to reprint. Like, I used a test picture, and it didn't stamp super clean, but tip and trick, you can always go back with like a Sharpie and kind of like very carefully color in like a couple places missing, and it'll be fine and not really noticeable. So there's that. Another thing you might notice, hold on, there's Binks. So the story on the Just a Note card is about how Binks, my lovely cat, who is 6, decided that she was not about the fact that my neighbor down the hall had locked herself out. And she was walking her dog at the time, so I invited them both in. It was like 35 degrees outside, so of course I invited them in. And she has a very large dog named Disney, who I think is like part husky. I don't know that Binks has ever seen a dog in her life. I don't even know that there's ever been a dog even in the vet, like, that she's crossed paths with, that I know of. It was hysterical. She, like, sauntered over to the bedroom door, looked over her shoulder, meowed at it, and then sauntered and sashayed right on into the bedroom and then promptly hid under the covers. And she was not about it. I did try a couple different washies on this page, and it just did not work out, so I ripped them all up. I did put those chipboard pieces from an old Studio Calico January kit, and then, of course, glitter stars everywhere and little dash borders, because I can't help but do stitch borders. I guess I didn't lose as much of the footage as I thought I did. Yeah, I guess not. That's kind of awesome, though. So, yay for that. At least I haven't noticed anything missing. Not sure. Anywho, so kind of continuing on, I did lose my train of thought that I was going to talk about earlier when I said hang on a second. So, if anybody has a question what that was, maybe I'll find it again. But the overall gist of this is that using my stash. So, maybe this was it. So I have been endeavoring to go through my things a little bit beforehand recently. I don't know about you, but I'm that type of person that it's like, I'm going to find a February card literally the first week of March, like March 1. I'll find the February card and I've already documented everything or something. That's just how it's going to go. So what I did was I sat down and went through the main stashes that I pull from. And even, I think I went like on a deep dive for like, some stuff too. So I basically sat there and pulled out anything that was fall and set that to the side, anything that could be incorporated in my trip, anything that was December, wintertime, anything that was, this is also the third spread. We'll get into it very soon because we won't have, this one went really fast, I feel like. And I was doing it at like 6 a.m. So I was really proud of that. But I've been going through my stash and kind of categorizing in advance. That being said, I built a whole February kit. That video is already up on the channel. So if you want to head over there and see what all made it into the February kit and what I'm planning to pull from in February, let me direct you that way. So there's that. So try that if you have a very large stash and you're trying to use it and you don't really know how to go about it. Kind of make your own kit, and it doesn't have to be like as big as my February kit was. There's like little baby piles for like January and December. Even though I have a ton of December stuff, it's like Christmas mainly. But like the point is I like have, I guess, little piles of like December specific, January specific things, so that that's the first place I look when I'm doing a spread in those months to go ahead and get those out, because let's be honest, if you subscribe to any kits, you get that kind of stuff pretty regularly. So in this spread, we've got a lot happening. Oh my gosh. So the Right Now card, the Movie Night card, the Relax, and the Just Enjoying Night In are all printables. I don't know off the top of my head. They're either from In a Creative Bubble or they're from Paper Person. I want to say those are going to be In a Creative Bubble. I want to say that's where they're from. But, I went ahead and did those journaling cards first. The winter card is like an old Me and My Big Ideas card pack. I think now I remember what I was going to say. So I broke down my new thing has been in my desktop organizer, which there's a video for that as well, where I have it set up for the fall, and I'll change over when I'm done documenting all of the vacation and fall photos from 2021, and I'll switch it to like, I don't know, maybe Christmas mode. We'll see what I'm working on at the time. But I have kind of like a random other section where cards are being kept that don't fit in there. So every time I have room, I kind of like earn the right to bust open something that maybe is now going to be new to me again and de-stash it into there. So that Winter Wonderland came from a Me and My Big Ideas pack. And I definitely thought it was fitting with the snowflake and the snow. And we don't get snow a lot here in Georgia, at least not in Atlanta area, which is where I am. North Georgia and the mountains see it annually. The Beauty in All Things, the Loving This came from... The Lovingness and Beauty in All Things came from a Citrus Twist pack, I think. Don't know which one it was. This is Happening, and the Genuine Winter Snow card are from Project Life kits or packs that I had. So now we can talk about the photos and the embellishments. So I did finally use some washi, which I am not a huge washi person. I have a lot of washi, and most of it goes in like my Hobonichi or my planner, but I kind of like it on this. I made it work. And all of it was from the Snow and Cocoa washis that I have stashed away that I got in a Tuesday morning haul, and they're a pain in the butt to find. So Godspeed if you go on the hunt. The Hooray, Pretty, and Happy all came from a Park 52, I think. Is it Park 52? No, Agenda 52 is Hobby Lobby. Park Lane. So Park Lane is Joann's like home brand, and that's where those were from. And I thought that the colors were so great. The Hooray with that blue mug, the Happy with all the pink in my sweater, and the Pretty just pulled that yellow from that movie night card over. And then I'm going to put like a little washi over it that says Winter Wonderful. And then that has kind of that same gold color. I go back and forth whether I love this spread or hate this spread, because obviously, like, so my apartment complex is gray and white, which I love. Then the snow, and it's like very natural, like natural neutrals. It's very like not colorful. So between that, the snow and the gray sky, it was very gray. So those little pops of pink and yellow were great. I think what really bothered me was kind of the vintage look to that snow card was really different. That yellow was really loud. The red in the pizza, there was a lot happening. So I just didn't always feel like it jived. And one of the last things that I actually did, I don't even know if it's on camera, is the relax and unwind part. So there's that. And I was just really, I take like a pink Tombow to help kind of pull that pink through a little bit more. But I did go back and forth a lot with this spread to try to figure out what I liked and didn't like. So like I said, we don't really get snow. So this was a really big deal, and I was very determined to have a good-sized snow day. So about every 2 hours or so, I'd, kind of suit up and walk around the complex and just kind of photograph how the buildup was going and different things. And it was wonderful. Of course, you've got to have cocoa. I did watch The Last Duel, which was really interesting. It's from Ridley Scott, which, I mean, if you're into Ridley Scott, then obviously you know that aesthetic and you will find value in that alone. But I think it also proved to be informative from multiple truths can come out of one story, and everyone's truth is different. If you've seen it, then you understand, but the story just basically gets broken down into 3 parts. So it's one story, and it's the perspective from each person. That's not a spoiler alert or anything like that. It's pretty clear. And that was really interesting. That was very interesting. It was very good. Would I watch it again? I don't know. It was good. I don't know that I'd watch it again. Usually stuff I'd watch again is stuff I'm going to put in the background while I clean or do things. Like Disney movies I have seen so many times. I think I watched Hercules, and what else did I watch? I watched another Disney movie while I was doing these spreads, but I know Hercules was one of them. That's usually what I put on so I can sing and keep entertained while I'm doing this. It's just amusing and I'll quote them. So all of the stickers that I use, like all the little phrase stickers, are from Citrus Twist sheets. I think the gray stickers were an old Studio Calico sticker sheet. The snowflakes came from that little like sequin pack that I got in the Citrus Twist stuff. So I was really happy that it actually snowed right after that, because I don't know how long those would have sat in my stash, honest to God. Oh, it is on camera. Awesome. So we're kind of coming up at the end. Like I said, I'm going to do a nice, lovely flip of everything, like a nice, like slow, pretty pan of all of them. And then I am going to be doing the 12 by 12 layouts separately, of course. And one 12 by 12 spread is going to be the before and after of getting my hair done. And then one 12 by 12 spread is going to be my playing in the snow photos by myself. I'm really not playing. It was just me taking lots of selfies with my new hair in the snow. So there's that. But here we are going to go through the pretty slow look at everything. And I hope you guys enjoyed these videos, and I look forward to coming to you with more very soon. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you're doing well and having a very crafty and happy month. Thank you, everybody. Until next time.